Hey guys,
Yeah.
welcome back to Filter Coffee Footy. Third time recording now. Lots of technical issues all on my end, so sorry about that. Anyway, at least it gives me a chance to show off this new piece of wall art that I
Woo,
got.
hoo, 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 hoo.
So this one is going to be going up on the wall pretty soon. But yeah, without wasting any more time, today we are here to talk about the managerial vacancies that have been filled in. Steven Gerrard to Aston Villa, and Dean Smith finds a job again in Norwich, even before another ball in the Premier League is kicked. So yeah, diving right in, like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and Karthik, take it away. Steven Gerrard to Aston Villa. What do you have to say?
TVG, fantastic move. Fantastic move to get some hands-on experience in the Premier League. Comes with a reputation of knocking the Scottish champions off of their perch, if I may. And I think it really makes Steven Gerrard a very competitive candidate for Liverpool if he gets Aston Villa to some good heights, or maybe at least keeps them in the top eight or top seven. And that will actually prove his credentials, which he needs to do, right? I mean, he's a player, legendary player. I mean, not let's not mistake that, but not all legendary players turn out to be great managers, as was experienced earlier in the season. So
uh,
I think this is proving ground for Stevie G, and let's see. I hope he does well.
Yeah, I really hope so too. I mean, having him back in the Premier League is just it's amazing. It's almost tragic because it shows us our age. We've grown up seeing these players play and idolizing them. One of my first jerseys was a Steven Gerrard jersey, as we just spoke about a few minutes ago. Um, and seeing him as a manager now is really delightful. But coming from an objective point of view, I think it's a very smart move for Steven Gerrard because I mean he's gunning for the Liverpool job, so it's really the most logical move to kind of come into the Premier League and prove to Liverpool management that he can cut it in the Premier League. In terms of managerial talent, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, Dean Smith kind of has the nous. He's managed in the Premier League before, also won promotion in the Championship, arguably worked in a tougher league compared to where Gerrard was. Then again, like you said, Gerrard took a Rangers side which hasn't been doing really well and then got them to a Scottish Premier League. So, credentials wise, it's really hard to judge whether Aston Villa have actually necessarily upgraded the position or not. What you can guarantee is it's a different type of personality in the dressing room, right? You have a serial winner now. You're talking about a Champions League winner, like you said, a Premier League legend. So maybe at this point in time, Aston Villa needs something like that, more than necessarily a manager who is going to bring them a whole set of like tactical nows. Although Villa do need a lot of that because their attack has not
They
been
need both.
working. Yes, their attack has not been working. Their defense has been struggling. So they definitely need someone to come in and fix that. But with the personnel they have, I guess it's one of those like it's like a Zinedine Zidane light effect, right? Where you have a decent squad. Maybe what you need is an injection of just a personality that can lead that squad, and then the rest might just figure itself out. As for me, I still find it hard to imagine that Aston Villa will finish above 10th. I think 9, 10, 11 is about where they might end up this season. Just given the form of the other teams fighting for those similar spots for them,
Right.
Wolves just starting to pick up momentum, Brighton flying high. The Spurs will do better with Conte in there. Arsenal doing really great as well. So West Ham in a title challenge. So where do you think Villa is going to end?
Uh, I think they might somehow manage the top half. Somehow, maybe a new manager bounce. But again, we have a transfer window to go through as well. So could be that there is a spin there. But I'm hoping that the new manager bounce kicks in and they might probably finish ninth, just outside of Europe, maybe. not even the Conference League. But even if they get through to the Conference League, it will be a big move for them because Steven Gerrard then gets to take that team to the Conference League. Again, another proving ground. Maybe they move to the Europa League next year. Who knows, right?
Yeah, it's definitely putting himself in a really high pressure situation, I would say, and it's a mark of a good manager. He thinks that he is ready for that move, so I really hope the best for him. And I mean, I guess at the end of the season, that's really what will make a difference, right? Because if Aston Villa do somehow manage to land in Europe, then it was probably a good move to let Dean Smith go. But if they end up in like 10th to 12th, then I find it hard to believe that Smith wouldn't have done the same job for them at that point.
True.
And yeah, speaking of Smith, he did not take long to find a new position for himself at all. Apparently, the moment it was known that Dean Smith was axed, Norwich City was like right on top of it because they were linked to other managers in the meantime. But I think Dean Smith ended up being their first choice the moment he was said to be available. Kind of a weird move, if you ask me. I want to know what your take is on that transition, though. Like Dean Smith to Norwich City. Most important question: will Norwich City survive? Can Dean Smith keep them in the Premier League this season? So yeah, what do you think about that?
Have we seen miracles happen earlier? Yes. Will a miracle happen now? I'm not sure. Can Norwich survive? That's up for debate, but in all likelihood, I'll be winning $1 million. The probability of me winning $1 million is more than Norwich surviving this season. At least that's what I feel personally. Dean Smith or Daniel Farka or anyone else for that matter, Norwich are shambolic right now with their record. They have like what, one win, a negative 21 goal difference, and it's already 12 games into the season. So you've almost secured your place down in the championship. I don't know how Norwich can like come up with a stable gameplay, probably have shore up their defense, and then start scoring goals and winning games because they are not going to be able to like get through with just drawing games, right? You have to score 3 points, and at least 30 points is what it takes to survive the drop. So
34, I guess is the minimum.
yeah,
34 to 38
so
ish. It's kind of
so
in that range.
they need 10 wins out of like what, 20, 27 games. At their record, I doubt them getting 10 wins. So that's statistically speaking. I mean, just looking at numbers and current performance, you can't really expect an immediate uptick in performance. I know I just spoke about a new manager bounce like a few minutes ago, but that's a side that is capable of getting that. They've shown that they've been capable of maintaining that position. This Norwich side doesn't really seem so. I know they play fluid football, they move the ball a lot, they are progressing the ball a lot. They don't play a highly defensive system, but without stability, it doesn't help. And their defense doesn't seem to know how to defend.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you bring through because they have hired Dean Smith, and Dean Smith, for all intents and purposes, has had the exact same struggle at Aston Villa where he has not been able to make that defense work. So I don't know how bringing him in affects because if he can't make it work with the players that Aston Villa have, who are in all honesty and without any offense to Norwich City, better than what Norwich have in terms of defenders. If he can't make that defense work, I don't see how he makes that Norwich defense any better. I guess it's a good move for him in that nobody's really going to blame him if Norwich do get relegated at this point, as long as they put up some sort of a decent fight. And if he somehow manages to miraculously keep them up in the league, it's just going to boost his reputation through the roof again. So I guess it's sort of a win-win for him. Again, a manager who has experience in the championship, so it's not like he can't bring Norwich back up. But I mean, if management is thinking from that perspective anyway, then it didn't make sense to fire Farka, who is won the championship both time that he's been in there the last 3 or 4 seasons. So their whole idea of sacking Farka and getting a new manager in was probably because they want to stay in the Premier League. They're tired of being with the yo-yo club. So in that sense, the argument that, oh well, Dean Smith has championship experience kind of just doesn't make any sense. It kind of goes out of the door anyway. So I mean, I guess both of us are on the same boat saying that it's definitely going to be a relegation season for Norwich yet again.
Yeah.
But in terms of just ending on in terms of just managerial choices, who do you think made the better choice? Did Aston Villa make the better move in kind of sacking Smith and getting Gerrard, or do you think Norwich kind of got the better end of the deal, letting go of Farka and then just having another really good Premier League proven manager available to them?
I would still swing by Steven Gerrard. I mean, just because the reputation he carries as a player and as a successful manager, albeit in a smaller or a lesser competitive league, it is actually winning a title, which he did, right? And he delivered an unbeaten title. Norwich City, I don't think they made a bad move either. The problem is that statistically they're already down in the dumps. So again, Dean Smith or no Dean Smith, the probability of them going down is quite higher right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was an easy question to ask because even though I'd say, I'd feel both of them are fairly comparable at this point in terms of managerial talent. One of them has clearly been showing a lot more promise. Maybe it's because of the media and his history as a player, but Gerrard definitely seems like the more long-term futuristic choice compared to the two. So yeah, I have to say Villa take the cake, and let's see how the season goes, and let's see where Villa end up. Fingers crossed for Stevie G back in the Premier League. But that was us talking about the last two vacancies that were recently filled in pretty short notice in the Premier League. Hope you liked it. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Let us know who you think will do a better job and whether Aston Villa made the better choice or Norwich City made the better choice. And as always, like, share, subscribe. We're slowly ticking up in those numbers. It's really important that we get more of those likes, more of those subs in. So yeah, show us your support. Also, follow us on Filter Coffee Footy, and we will see you next time. Take care, guys. Bye.